Okay, we're back. In the first half of the show, I outlined all these amazing qualities that I wanted my wife to have. I want her to be wonderful. But don't I have to be wonderful in return? And I think the answer is yes, right?
Yep.
Here's what I promise to deliver in a marriage. I promise to always be nice. There will be no tired irritability, no mean sullenness at the dinner table. I will be supportive and affable.
What you are describing is impossible, Owen. If you pretend to always be happy and in a good mood, then you're going to be like a creepy Stepford husband.
I don't think there's anything wrong with trying to be nice.
Yes, but you need to try to be real. You need to try to be sincere. Otherwise, you're just a liar.
I have no comeback for that. I'm going to try to be nice, okay? Next, I promise to be employed full time. I will pay the bills. My wife will have the option of working or not. Her choice. Does that make me old-fashioned?
A little. Because I believe you should be equal. Equal to the best of your ability.
Best of your ability? That's a little bit vague. What are you actually saying there? You're an actress, right?
Mm-hmm.
Do you have a steady income?
Well, to the best of my ability, yes.
So you will sometimes be working and sometimes not. It sounds like we're on the same page. I'm right. Okay. Let me put this on the table. I'm going to cut ties with all the questionable characters from my past.
Does that include the Russian girl who just texted you?
Back off, sister. Back off. She's not from Russia. She's from the Ukraine. And yes, I will cut ties with her and every stripper, cocktail waitress, dental assistant, and mall security. They're all gone.
Terrifying.
Yeah, we're moving on now. Move on.
Sure thing. Here's what I've got. I'm going to open myself up to new experiences. If my wife's interested in something, I'm going to take interest in it. So if she likes riding horses, I'm going to learn how to ride a horse.
Now, Owen, that is not necessary.
Well, I think it is. Play together, stay together.
All right.
So, well, Stacey, let me ask you. You have a partner, and if you're in a play, don't you expect your partner to come see the play?
Well, of course, but that's different. He has to come see my play, but I don't expect him to audition and be in the play with me.
So your point is I should watch her ride the horse.
That's right.
Right. Support is important, but you shouldn't try to be the same exact person.
I see. We can each have our own interests, is what I'm hearing from you.
Correct.
I'm on board with that. Lastly, in the first half, I said I wanted to be attracted to my wife. In return, I'm going to take care of my physical appearance. After we get married, I'm not going to put on 70 pounds and grow a big bushy beard. I will take her advice. She will tell me what to eat, how to comb my hair. She can control that area in my life, and I will not push back. Is that okay?
That's a little bit sad, but I have to say that some guys, they do. They need help, and I would definitely put you in that category, Owen.
That's nice of you. I'm going to make all these promises to my wife. As a result, am I guaranteed a great marriage?
Nothing in this life is guaranteed.
True enough, and that frightens me. What if I come home one day and find the mailman on top of her?
The mailman?
Yes, the mailman.
Ew. We've seen him. Ugh.
No. The reality, Owen, is that she's not going to be sleeping with the mailman. She's going to be sleeping with her coworker. You know, infidelity is out there, but you can survive it. A good marriage is worth saving and working through that.
Okay. Let's do one more scary scenario. I lose my job. We have to move into a friend's basement. The only work I can get is handing out flyers at a bus station. I'm depressed. At night, I sit there and watch MTV reality shows, and I start to worship the characters. Doesn't my wife have a right to be angry in that situation?
I can't imagine anything worse.
Yes, Owen, she has the right to be angry with you, but not because you lost your job, but because of how you handled it.
Right. Marriage is going to have problems. It can't be all, rainbows, kittens, and fairy tales.
Why can't we have a kitten?
All right, you can have a kitten, Owen, but first you have to realize that life has problems. And in your marriage, you need to face those problems together.
Mm-hmm.
I'm on board. Let's get away from all the tragedy. I do like the concept of happiness in a marriage. What can I do to make that happen? Is it date night once a week? Is it romantic vacations?
This is sounding better.
The night before I got married, I asked all the women in my family what the key to a successful marriage was, and every single one of them said a healthy sex life.
Really?
Yeah.
And that marriage ended in divorce, right?
All right now. Okay. All right.
I'm backing up.
All right.
I'm backing
two
up.
to tango. Two to tango.
Let's do this. We've covered a lot of ground here today. A lot of ground. I've done a lot of the talking. I want to open the floor. I want you guys to give me advice. Stacey, what advice do you have for me?
Well, I think that you've laid everything out here today in black and white. But what I want to say is that marriage has a whole lot of gray in it. In fact, I think a marriage is mostly built on gray.
It's a gloomy outlook. I do know that marriage is going to have gray days, gray, rainy days. I'm aware of that. But I like black and white because black and white is yes and no. Gray is maybe. And I don't want my wife to look at me and say, maybe I love you.
Well, that's going to happen. I'm here to tell you that is going to happen because I think it is natural. Two human beings who are in a partnership together for that gray maybe to come up. But the trick is, and this is very important, Owen, and I want you to listen to me.
I'm listening.
To work through those maybes. Because in those maybes is when the infidelity happens. That's when the bad things begin to happen. But if you work through those maybes, your relationship will be even stronger.
Susan, let me ask you, you're married.
Mm-hmm.
Do you want your husband to ever look at you and say, maybe I love you?
No, absolutely not. I suggest keeping things spicy.
So Stacey sees things as black, white, and gray, and you see things with a lot of red in there. Lots of red.
Perfect.
Susan, what advice for me do you have?
What I do want to discuss is the fact that you have this resume in your mind for the perfect woman, but in reality, she does not exist.
I disagree. It is not a fiction. I have met 2 women who meet all these criteria that I've set out.
Really?
Oh.
So then where are they?
Yeah, what happened?
Well, the first one was amazing. She looked like Grace Kelly in Rear Window.
Wow.
We met in film class. She loved foreign films, and we started seeing foreign films together. Women on the Verge of a Nervous Breakdown, Raise the Red Lantern, 8.5. One time she emailed me and said, hey, Owen, is there any films coming to the art houses? Mm-hmm. And I responded, no, but we don't have to only see each other at the movies. Mm-hmm. We can spend time together doing something else. Mm-hmm. And then I laid the cards on the table. I said, to be honest, I would like to spend a lot more time with you. Mm-hmm. 10 minutes after I sent the email, a response came back. One line. Owen, you and I spending more time together is impossible.
It's harsh.
I took it as a total put down. She was saying I wasn't worthy of her. She was out of my league.
That's right. That's right.
One would think, Stacey, one would think. But I just recently found out the truth. A friend of mine emailed me a picture of her and her new partner. A woman, very muscular, with a flat top. Yes, my ideal woman is a lesbian.
So it's impossible wasn't a put down, it was literal.
Exactly. And now I know. Every time in my past when a woman has rejected me, it hasn't been due to my flaws. They've all been lesbians.
Oh my God.
Stacey, you look a little confused over there.
You know what? Let's move on to the second girl. You said there were 2. What
Yes.
happened? What happened with the second one?
The beautiful doctor. who taught Pilates classes at night. She was perfect, but the circumstances under which we met were not perfect.
Why not?
A friend of mine introduced me to her. It was his ex-girlfriend. You don't date your friend's ex-girlfriend.
But was she interested in you?
I believe so, because 3 days after we met, she called me. I never gave her my phone number. She asked me to come over and help her move her couch. I got there, and she was dressed to the nines, which is not the usual furniture moving wardrobe, but she looked great. She's all smiles and compliments. I moved the couch around. Afterwards, she gave me some macadamia nuts.
Ooh, it's a classy nut.
Asked me some personal questions. It was a little awkward, and I excused myself and went home.
That's it? That was it?
Yes.
Now, okay, can I ask you? Oh, and you said that this girl was the ex-girlfriend of a friend of yours?
That's correct.
When was the last time you spoke to this guy?
Couple years.
All right, Owen, so let us sum this up, shall we? A beautiful, single woman who seemed to be interested in you, and you don't ask her out?
It didn't feel right.
But it did feel right to ask out a lesbian.
Apparently so.
Owen, you might be single for a very long time.
Thanks for listening to the show, everybody.